I found out I was actually kidnapped when I was 3 after reading a book my mother gave me 4 years ago. I don't personally remember anything about this since I was so young, so the only details I have is whatever my mom had written in the book. About 4 years ago, after me and my mother's falling out, I had moved out of her house to get away from her, and she later gave my dad a mother daughter book to give to me. It was one of those books for mothers with questions to fill in throughout the years about details of my life as I grew up, to give to me as an adult, as a way to bond with me. I actually didn't end up reading it until last year because seeing the book just pissed me off so much. And I even contemplated on just burning the book and sending a pic of the charred book to my mom out of pettiness. I know you're reading this so far and you're probably like, "Yup, TF is wrong with you." So, I'll give some context. That woman who was supposed to be my mother is not a good person. Her putting me through years of mental and physical abuse is what led to our fallout and me moving out the day after turning 18. Sometime last year, I saw the book again in my closet and was finally curious enough to actually read it. A close friend was over at the time as well, so we read it together. My friend actually had to help me read it since it was written in cursive because I have a hard time reading cursive. I did actually learn more about myself and my family, and even read some details that had surprised me. One of the entries that stuck out to me was about how I was kidnapped by an older man at the beach when I was 3 years old. From what my mother had written, me and my parents had gone to Myrtle Beach for a family vacation. Sometime after my parents relaxed while I played in the sand at the beach for a bit, my mom needed to use the restroom, so all of us left to go back to the boardwalk. After my dad washed the sand off him at the outside shower, he split up from me and my mother while we washed to get us some food. Well, after my mom washed me off, I waited just a foot away from her as she took her turn. While my mom was turned away for a short span of time, she noticed when she went to look back at me that I was gone. She quickly began to panic as she was frantically starting to look around to see where I had run off to. But then her heart dropped when she spotted an older man in the distance running away as he carried me in his arms. She only caught up with us because the kidnapper had stopped thinking he was in the clear to hold me upside down to tickle me from under my dress. When my mom confronted the man, she quickly grabbed me from his grasp and started to make a loud scene, causing the man to run away out of fear of getting caught. Unfortunately, I can't provide any more details about the story because that's all that written. I'm so glad that I personally have no memory of this incident. Parents, please keep an eye on your children at all times. Who knows how many creeps are out there just waiting for an opportunity.